But let's move on and, of course, look back at this year and have some fun in the next 5-10 minutes with the boys and ask them 5 questions, their best moments, their best match, the best knock of 2024, the best spell, and the best player. We all have various calls and picks. We've not decided pre-show, so it could be similar talking points, but we'll stop there. And in fact, my producer tells me this is also the Monday Night Live question tonight. The best cricketing moment of 2024. Akshay, where do you want to start? Let's start with the best moment of 2024. Which one has it been? Because I have a few, but I'll let you boys go first.
I also have a few. To be honest, I have just 2 in mind. I'm just torn between going for one or the same 2. I know.
Like, okay, on the count of 3, you have to say the 2 moments, okay?
Okay, I have a feeling ours is different. I know one of your moments and it's not mine.
No, I think ours is same. 3,
okay, fine. Okay.
2, 1. India winning the World Cup and RCB winning the Women's World.
Okay, no, for me, WPL and March 18th, RCB, I mean May 18th, RCB CSK.
That was my best match. I've gone for RCB CSK as my best match. My best moment, I think, has to be India winning the World Cup, guys, because I generally feel that whole ICC monkey of the back thing, the fact that Bumrah pulled it out in that final spell, Sky's catch, South Africa being chokers, Barbados, all of that stuff hits me hard. So I think I'm going to go for the obvious elephant in the room. Akshay, best moment for you? Do you think you'll side with me on that?
No, I mean, I've always maintained it. Not really. For me, it'll have to be the WPL moment. Sticking to the moment, RCB winning the WPL. I don't think I'll ever come close to being just as euphoric. So yeah, it'll have to be that for me. March 18th and May 18th. Yeah, of course.
Best moment. So Akshay and mine is done and dusted. Next, what is your best moment? You obviously think it is the Barbados one.
No, 100% sure. No doubts there. Franchise loyalty, yes. But I mean, you've lost a home series. You're almost losing the BGT. The only good thing that's happened in this year is 2024. Even more so because it came from 30 of 30. It's probably the only time in my life where I didn't quite think that bhai yahan se bhi har sakte hai South Africa, but they surprised me. So thank you, South Africa, for that. But this also is a part of it, because when India were out after New Zealand, South Africa was always the team that I wanted to make the WTC final, and they have. So that also qualifies as one of the best moments of 2024.
Okay, super. So best moment is absolutely a clear winner. I think many people are resonating the same in the chat. Remember, you guys are watching us on X and elsewhere. Please jump on YouTube and give us a like and subscribe and tell a friend about cricket.com. Best match of 2024, I think we alluded to it. I feel it was that whole RCB CSK game. I'll have a biased view here. All our calls are subjective. I just feel like so many things happened that day and great moments, ebbs and flows of a T20 cricket game that you would like to see it. Nix is pretending not to hear us, but that's mine. RCB versus CSK. Akshay, is that yours as well?
Is that even a question? Why? Like, this shouldn't even be a rhetorical, to be honest.
Wait 1 second. Nick's come in here because we've left you kind of silent for a while. What is your best match of 2024, sir?
A couple of them. Sadly, both from the IPL, but so be it. Again, sir, IPL wala second. I'll skip the first one. Definitely is KKR versus Punjab. That 260 chase. I don't think I have seen something like that as clinically done. Matlab, see, we've seen high scoring chases being done, but that to me was very, very special because of the convincing manner of which. Worst match, obviously, you've mentioned enough times. Hopefully, the farewell will be taken care of next season. The second match that I am very close to is the test match that India played with Australia, women's one. Perry got out for a duck. बहुत कम होता है life में. So to me, that was one of those very pleasing moments as a cricket fan. It hates to see Perry fail, but when that happens and she gets bowled, I think it's a thing that you can't forget for a while.
We're done with moments, matches, the 3 more nominees or award categories that we just want to close out with before we move on to the best of the rest, Akshay's quiz and lots more. So lock and load in terms of the Monday Night Live. Best knock then, gentlemen, category 3 of this little silly game that we're playing. What comes to your mind initially? Best knock of 2024. Is it Jaiswal's double done? Is it Anneke Bosch? And I think her semi-final World Cup knock, she played pretty well in that one. Is it Rohit and his 92 belligerent against Australia? in that
How have
World
you
Cup.
not spoken about
I
Virat's
have a very
50?
clear one. I have a very clear one. That is Akshar Patel's knock in the final.
Oh.
People that doesn't even come to mind, but a quick 47 of 31 out.
Okay, I would actually side again with Nurulax Wazasan because he's taking it off my mouth right now. NKR's knock. That's what I'm going to remember it. Because, like, for me, I love Test cricket the most. And I feel like it had to be some award of this, had to be Test cricket related. So I'm going to go NKR in terms of sure the 100 that we just saw. But, Akshay, what comes to your mind when we talk about batting performances of the year?
Yeah, actually, to be honest, there aren't too many that have, etched in my mind that way. Funnily enough, the one knock that I really very evidently remember. Again, it's not that the knock itself was a fantastic knock. Elise Perry versus UP Warriors. I remember that knock. Arey, I remember that knock because she broke the glass car window. I don't know. I don't have a best knock. I'm not saying that's my best knock. That came Sunil Naraine's 100. IPL 100 came to my mind. Like there are a lot of knocks. There are too many. I just don't know what would I possibly call the best knock of 2024. If I have to stick with one, uh, oh boy, this is actually harder than I imagined. Yeah. I'll go with NKR's 100. I have to, man. Like recency bias, you say that. It's close to my heart. I'll go with that as well.
Good points from all you boys. Let's move on to the fourth category, the penultimate one, before we talk about the best player of 2024, the best spell of 2024. And for me, Shamar Joseph. It happened earlier this year. We were in Hyderabad watching India, England, when we were watching the highlights, or rather the live footage of Brisbane. And it was brilliant to see Shamar Joseph just run through the Aussies. We talk about cricket being such a great leveler, being such a great game in terms of spreading diversity. This is the man who's come from literally nowhere and just beat the Aussies the way he did and bowl the fire with he did. I mean, just brilliant. So, Shabazz Joseph, for me, best spell. So, Nix, I'll come to you and then we'll have Akshay to say his best spell of 2024.
Yeah, just though on the knock, Akshar also actually got run out in the final also. That Akshar story is complete there. But for the best spell, I will definitely go with Bumrah at Perth. A mad spell. I don't think I saw it coming. I don't think Australia, Nathan McSweeney, or anybody else saw that coming. It's just the ferocity of it. You are getting pace, bounce. That's how people beat Australia. So to beat Australia like that in their own backyard, the only reason why we are still in the series, hoping कि भाई कुछ हो जाए. So for me, Bumrah at Perth, probably one of the ones that would stay with me for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great spell. He's produced world-class magical spells throughout this year. You talk about even that India-England series at home. He just got us out of various precarious positions. Akshay, best spell of 2024. RCB, I'm guessing.
अरे एक तो भाई आरसीबी का मैंने कहीं पे भी
नहीं 1 for 39.
आरसीबी का एक तो मैंने कहीं पे भी नहीं लिया. I just said I remembered Elise Perry. I didn't say that was my nomination. But funnily enough,
then if he says yes, they'll slower ball to MS Dhoni, I'm going.
अरे वो स्पेल कहाँ से हुआ यार? बेस्ट बॉल शायद वही होगा. बेस्ट बॉल तो शायद वही होगा. My best spell, by the way, it was a World Cup spell. 4 overs, 4 maidens, 0 runs conceded, 4 wickets. Lockie Ferguson. I don't think that will ever happen. That's the only reason.
Against the opposition matters.
I know. Arey bhai,
he's done what he keeps saying, every one of us. Okay? Look at the ground, look at the opposition. But now for
that looks good. That looks great on paper, but stats are facts.
अरे मेरा पॉइंट है भाई, लॉकी फर्गसन मेरे को भी 24 बॉल डालेगा ना, इनसाइड एज आउटसाइड एज कुछ ना कुछ लेग बाय कुछ ना कुछ करके मैं 1 रन तो कहीं से चुरा दूंगा 24 बॉल में. एटलीस्ट दैट्स हाउ आई एम लुकिंग एट इट. लाइक आई डोंट सी दैट एवर हैपनिंग अगेन, like especially in a World Cup.
Let's move on. If you guys are joining us, we're discussing all the best moments of cricket which has happened in this year from each of us. Just get chatty. We're finished with 4 categories. This is the last one before we move on to the rest of the rest. Best player of 2024. I think it's the obvious one. At least I'm going to go for the obvious one in Jasprit Bumrah. I just generally feel the fact that he's bowled us to a great series win at home against the Bazball. Ben Stokes, then to get us the World Cup, then to put us in contention with the BGT and the WTC and all of that. I can't think of a better player. If anyone rivals him, I'm thinking who, yeah, like maybe Jaiswal, because he's just stamped his authority in this year in terms of test match cricket. But again, that's with an Indian perspective. Nix, if we have to go global, because before I ask you for your first pick, I just want to ask you for your global pick. In gun to your head, you can't pick an Indian player. Who do you think that player would be?
Very short sample size, but I would probably go for Coming to Mendes.
Okay, great.
Because I really loved what I saw of him. Felt very, very, very much at home. And again, Test cricket format, तो थोड़ा bias वहाँ पे आ जाता है. So to me, if I had to pick on gunpoint, as you said, someone apart from Jasprit, then yeah, Coming to Mendes for me. Pat Cummins might eventually get there, but ठीक है, time.
मेरा Cummins ही है. Like outside Bumrah, मेरा Cummins ही है. Like captain, as a captain जो किया है, batting में भी, like this game, classic example, दोनों innings में 49, 41, taking 6 wickets as well. That's exactly what he does. So yeah.
And generally for him personally as well, Akshay, just the fact that he got SRH captaincy, went for a lot of money, proved his worth and proved his salt as an IPL skipper, taking them there, fine, they finished runners up, but still like laid an imprint in the IPL and how it's being played right now. So Cummins is a great shout. Zeus saying Joe Root hands down. Gulbati Nahi for masterclass was Bangladesh saying Arnav Singh. Santosh Urappa agreeing with Nick saying Kamindu Mendes. Nitin Muthuraman saying Jaiswal. Bhupe saying Bumrah and head. And closest players, Brook in head indeed. And John Baby saying Bumrah, just gave him the ICC Cricket of the Year, what he's carried India alone on his shoulders. So that's why I went for Bumrah. And many people, I think, would. It's just the obvious in the room. So that was our basic year in review 2024 cricket.com. Plenty of other categories we want to kind of come with and be cool and quirky and comical with, but we don't have the time for it in this show. But we will, of course, give you more going forward. So subscribe to cricket.com and tell a friend about us.